Absolutely no one has asked me this, but the reasons why I will never own a rental property in Ontario, Canada. If you're new here, I'm Melissa. Welcome to my channel, Low Income to Landlord, documenting the first time landlord journey with basically my husband and I and everything that we're learning along the way. So, of course, before we got on this journey, did a lot of research, read YouTube videos, social media, just seeing what people are experiencing, what's going on there. And to be honest with you, Ontario, jump scare. Now, I know there's horror stories no matter where you go in the world, what province, I understand this. But Ontario, it seems that the rules and regulations I'm seeing, I don't even know where to begin. On the landlord side, it seems that landlords literally, for no reason, no justification, can raise the rent as high as they absolutely want to. Where we are in Quebec, you can't do that. You have to show a justification as to why you're raising the rent, put out notice, I think 6 months in advance. Like there's a lot more hoops. They've said that Quebec is very renter friendly, like the rules and regulations are more on the renter side. Whereas in Ontario, it seems a little bit like a free for all because, again, landlords can raise the rent to these crazy amounts, which I don't agree to. I don't agree. If there's no significant renovation or anything like this, just raising people's rent by 500, I'm not for that. But then it also seems that renters understand that there's a huge backlog with the TAL, so basically like the tenant and landlord board, I think that's what it stands for. So they know that if they're not going to pay their rent or fool around and basically not pay their rent, that they cannot get evicted until they have like a court date or whatever at the TAL, but they know there's a backlog. So they literally can be living in that space for like up to a year or almost 2 years without having to pay because of this big backlog. And they know this. They know this. There are groups actively out there that are teaching you ways to kind of like ride the system. And that's insane. Moreover, I'm also seeing things like people move in, then when they're supposed to move out, they don't move out, and then they're just not paying. But then after they have brand new cars and driveways, I'm seeing people who moved in farm animals into a rental house and mashed up the entire space. I don't know what I'll do. Yeah, I think the worst of me would come out. I've heard some horror stories here in Quebec, but nothing to that degree. And I know the Lazy Canadian, which I do follow on TikTok, he's like, make sure you rent in places that are landlord friendly. And Quebec seems to be that. So make sure to like, follow, subscribe, Low Income to Landlord. Thank you.